Liz Truss currently has the worst approval ratings of any Prime Minister in history. But this caller to the Jeremy Vine show thought we should still give her a chance.
Do you know, she hasn't been a Prime Minister for even 2 months yet. And all I've heard is criticism. Why the hell don't you give her a chance to make good? You're always on about it and moaning about it. Even her own MPs haven't backed her up. I'm not going to say to you that I wanted her to be the Prime Minister. I wasn't too keen myself, but she is the Prime Minister. Get used to it. You've got to back her up.
Paula, the reason...
It took Thatcher 2 years.
The reason she's come under criticism, Paula, is because she crashed the pound, she caused the run on government bonds, she caused the pension funds to nearly collapse, prompting emergency intervention from the Bank of England. She provoked an increase in people's mortgage payments, so people now will have to pay hundreds of pounds extra a month because of her policies. And she's talking about slashing her own ministers in-work benefits for millions of low-paid workers. The fact she's only been in office for a short period of time and the fact she's managed to be so catastrophic is, I totally accept, pretty astonishing. But that's what's happened, Paula. If you don't want to be criticised, don't crash the economy with ludicrous extreme policies that the British people have not voted for. She didn't put them to the British people. She didn't even put them to Tory members. She didn't say she was going to give £45 billion of uncosted tax cuts to rich people in the leadership election. So, Paula, I'm not going to get used to her as Prime Minister because I didn't vote for her. Neither did you, unless you're a Tory member, so maybe you did. Well, you said you didn't. So I don't understand, in a democracy, why you don't accept that we can criticise a Prime Minister, not least when she plunges our economy into crisis and forces millions of people to pay more in their mortgage payments. If you can't criticise a Prime Minister for that, what the hell can you criticise a Prime Minister for?
Paula.
Would you tell him to take a breath?
Paula, I'm sorry, Paula, I'm just comprehensively answering what you said,
but
Paula.
You don't give anybody else a chance to talk.
I did.
Just give somebody a chance to talk, just for a change.
Go for it, Paula.
Just
Go for
quiet.
it. Go for it.
Go on, Paula. What would you like to say?
My God. You're one of those that no matter what she does, she could stand on her head and God knows what she could do anything, but you just would not give her a chance. Why don't you just wait and see whether she will come through? If she doesn't come through, I'll be with you all the way, 100%. But for God's sake, give her a chance, all of you.
Paula,
she's not been in long enough to do anything.
Paula, I'm not asking for a moon on a stick. I'm just asking for a Prime Minister who doesn't introduce extreme policies no one voted for, like cutting taxes for the rich.
We already know that. We know what she's done.
Stop shouting.
Give her a chance.
Paula,
give her a chance. Just give her a chance to put this right.
I thought we didn't like people interrupting each other, Paula.
Yes, but you constantly shut up. You don't never give anybody a chance
Paula, I just want a Prime Minister who doesn't crash the economy, crash the pound, and force people to increase their mortgage payments.
We've heard it before. We've heard it for everything that you've said before. Yeah. Please.
Paula.
Yeah.
Sorry, shush.
It's still a mystery to me why Liz Truss standing on her head would do anything to change the mind of even the most open-minded commentator, but there we are. The caller, in any case, is not particularly representative of the general public. So this is a poll from Savanta Comres. 7 in 10 people say Liz Truss cannot regain the trust of the British people. So 71% say Liz Truss cannot gain the trust, and only 16% think she might be able to regain the trust of the British public. So Owen's position there was more representative of the public at large. Aaron, what did you make of that exchange? As I say, I don't think many people are saying it's too soon to make any sort of definitive judgments about Liz Truss, are they?
I think many people are tired of drama in British politics. They're tired of the drama. It's been non-stop since 2016. I think that's a reason to get rid of Liz Truss. I don't think that's a reason to wait for Liz Truss, personally. I can see why you're so annoyed and just bored of constant bad stories coming through the media about our political class being utterly useless. I get that. It is very boring and upsetting, and often it can, hit your back pocket. And that's a reason to get rid of her. Give her a chance. Well, what? If that's what you're doing in your first month, it's like somebody, you invite them into your house, they have some dinner, and they set your kitchen on fire. And they say, sorry, my goodness. And you say, okay, no problem, I'll give you a chance. No, you tell them to leave because they're going to torch the rest of the bloody building. Very, very strange mindset, contrarian. One thing I would have loved to have seen there, Michael, is for Owen or the host to ask that woman, do you pay a mortgage? She sounded older. I presume maybe her mortgage is paid off. She's got her pension, probably, triple lock. so the pension rises in line with inflation. Yeah, maybe she has the luxury of not really worrying too much, and she can wait for Liz Truss to get things right. Most people don't. And like you say, the statistics are very clear on this. Even Conservative Party members don't back Liz Truss. Even her colleagues in Parliament don't really have any confidence in her. So I think it's a very strange mindset to say, give her a chance, give her time. In the short period of time she's had, she couldn't have done worse. And just to repeat, Michael, it was a mini budget, not a budget. And yet we had the biggest tax cuts in 50 years, £45 billion of deficit-funded tax cuts for the richest people in this country, and she got punished for it by the markets. Why would you give her another chance? It's the biggest unforced political error, I think, in domestic British political history. I'm not talking about foreign policy. Domestic British political history. My God, you want her to do it again? You want to give her a second and third and fourth chance to screw up so monumentally? No, thank you.